to being upstairs.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to our weekly live. Look who's here on time.
I was here first.
What serves us the pleasure of having you here on time today? What is the special occasion?
I went to bed at 8:30.
Wait. Who went to bed at 8:30?
We both did.
Who led the charge at 8:30?
You did.
And then who kicked me out of bed because what wasn't on the bed? I don't remember.
Oh, well, I had to wash the sheets and you were trying to lay on the mattress. That's a big pet peeve. Don't ever lay on a mattress without your sheets on. Yuck.
Yeah, so Thursday I had to work my
Who does
regular
that?
shift plus run the hustle. And then I got called in to work Amazon at a 3 a.m. start time. So that means I have to be up by 2.
And
so
I've been
was
coming home late.
shot. And then I worked after. And then you guys seen what I did yesterday. So if you guys didn't see the upload, check out the upload that I just did. And then you guys hopefully, go transition to Henriette Overmower Blowers channel. And I don't know when he will find the gift because I put it in his shed. Don't rat me out. Don't rat him out. And don't rat us out because he just has to find it. And then we'll figure out when he'll reveal it. But how are you this morning? How was your week?
I'm so tired.
Okay.
I'm so tired. I've been coming home late. You know that. And I've also been still doing my other 2 hustles. I'm tired. Things are not the same.
I'm not complaining.
At all.
Are we going to talk about Lone Boys today? Are you going to go and do your...
No.
Do you want to get it all out now in case you have to? It's okay.
Honestly,
you're allowed.
The truth of the matter is I'm not really allowed to speak on the work stuff right now.
No, I understand.
If you live in New York, there's a lot that's in the paper right now. You could do your investigating.
I don't read the newspaper. Sorry,
Yeah,
I gave up on the media.
Honestly, the newspaper is like
ago.
a dangerous place to be right now.
All right, so let's see what's going on in the chat. Good morning, Henry. How are you? Hope all is well.
My favorite Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I started to go through some of the comments, but I'm trying to play catch up on old ones. Catfish Layer, I promise you. I was trying to cheat and not try and go out into the shed and check some information off my Time Master, and I was going through my notes. I don't have any notes on getting that gas tank link for you, but as soon as we're done with today's live, I'll go out into the shed and get some part numbers for you.
Ken, I'm looking in the chat at one of your comments, and I don't want to put focus on your comment because I can't really speak on it. We have many, many more than that. That's all I'm going to say. And still going. So
Cool One by Bryce Centennial Edition. Absolutely. That was the game plan. But I'm glad we got another week to maybe talk about Lone Boys because maybe you guys know a little bit more than about me. I only know about certain things from what I see. I know a lot of you guys are fanatics or very well versed. You're one of them. I didn't know that Lone Boy had a bicentennial edition lawnmower. I had no idea what it was till somebody commented about it. And
can you turn your volume off while we're on live, please? I'm sorry. We have to go over the house rules before we go live.
And now I want one. I have to own one. I probably have no use for it. Mm-hmm. But as you guys know, anything with Stars and Stripes, Americana, anything like that, have a weakness. I'll tell you one thing right now. If I ever get a older Cub Cadet International Harvester, like the old ones that you would see, probably like on I Save Tractors or Polar Bear Ed and maybe V Twin Twister are familiar with the very, very old ones, I will definitely track down. I'll be that guy. I'll be that corny guy. I will definitely track down that 2-stroke International Harvester lawnmower that actually Henriette Mowers and Blowers had. That thing is freaking awesome. It was missing a few things here and there, but that was a great foundation. He ended up selling that for $50, and I think that's a steal. Bless you. Bless you. Do you have Corona?
That's not even funny.
Get away. Social distancing.
My allergies are in full force.
Definitely check that out. I'm going to throw a couple pictures up of one that I found that's complete. I would definitely have one of those, but I would have it to match my tractor. I don't know. That's just something very corny.
And we say I'm the one with the wish list. Guys, don't be fooled. You know how your wives have like, I want to buy shoes. I want to buy pocketbooks. I'm not the complicated one in this marriage. This man, the wish list never, ever ends.
Well, we would need to have a different
never ends
house and yard set up for me to get something.
How about we get, guess what? Is anyone available? How about we need just a new husband with less of a wish list?
That's fine. He'll save me money.
Oh my, save you money? You're constantly spending it. The wish list never, ever ends. Never
Morning,
satisfied.
Chris Mullington. How are you? So I didn't see your comment till later. So I apologize. I just responded it, but maybe we could talk about this. Maybe you know more than me. We're talking about the 1-boy 2-strokes. In my area, hot 1-boy 2-strokes are the orange and black tank.
Pullers available.
They advertise as them being commercial.
I like older and distinguished.
I don't see anything special about them. Good morning, Ken Mullington. Yep. Mr. Scott Keller, how are you? How's your dad, most importantly?
Yeah.
Craig, Mr. MCM, how you doing? Hope all is well.
That all looks different today, right?
Yeah. Still not needing heat today. How say is it 72? So somebody has the AC on. I had to turn it off.
No, I didn't have the AC on. No, I didn't have it on. You must have left it on before bedtime last night.
I went straight to bed. I literally finished dinner, went to the bed.
Yeah, I know. Before I could even put sheets on.
Brushed my teeth and crawled right into bed. Sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it's definitely chilly. This morning it was like 40-something here.
Hey, Google, what's the temperature?
The temperature in Greenlawn right now is 50 degrees.
50 degrees and someone had the AC on.
No, it was forgotten because I do everything. Gosh forbid you turn something off before you go to bed. He's like a child. Like, I do everything before bed.
I'm barely inside the house.
Oh, stop. Let me whip out the world's smallest violin. You literally...
I'm not asking for something. I'm just telling you.
No, I'm telling you. You literally, when you're like, oh, it's bedtime, you beeline upstairs and just go lay down. I have to shut off the lights, put the alarm on, turn the AC off, do all the things. You didn't even care about bed sheets last night.
Nope.
In you go.
Morning, Uncle Ed. How are you? I saw we have some catching up to do. You're doing the Cushman cart, and then you just posted about the V-twin. I saw a lot of shiny parts, a lot of money into that engine. So if you guys are interested in building a very high-performance engine between Polar Bear Ed and Twisted V-twin Garage, they are your ticket to the finish line. Very accomplished racers here. Let's see. Everybody's just talking to each other. What's up, Brando? How are you? Yep. Definitely watch that video for sure. It was just talking to each other. There's definitely something good going on. Shows why we chose what we did. And we'll definitely go through those comments today. Tech with Sparky, hope all as well. I guess he's back from his honeymoon or whatever it was.
I hope we're not going to hear about any surprises 9 months down the road.
So Craig says I have AC on. It's 80 right now. So Craig, I think, starts his day is at 5 a.m. So I think it's like 4 or 5 a.m. by him. So we appreciate him being with us this early. So it's been with us. It's been cold during very early in the morning.
Yeah.
Hot during the day. Cold at night.
Yeah. It'll start to I don't want to say it's hot even in the afternoon. Like it's comfortable. It's nice. And this is my favorite time of the year. I'm a fall girl. Yeah. It's my favorite.
So then this whole week, the weather's been a little funky and it's been cold all week long. So for you guys who are into lawn care, that's not a good thing. If you decided to aerate and overseed, the soil temperatures this week are not proper for germination.
What's optimal, honey?
Anything above 55. You want to keep your soil above 55 for germination to happen.
So that means morning and night temperatures as well?
No bueno. Yeah. You want to try and keep it. So I think we missed it. It's fall, but I think we're going to miss that window. I mean, last year I've overseeded and aerated in the fall and in the spring. So, you see what our lawn looked like after the first cuts. I think we're good, but I'm probably going to end up do it, in the in the springtime again, this year. I think we're gonna pass on the fall. So I just gotta play catch up. Everything between the storm and our phone and our camera and all that stuff. I kind of stopped with the lawn care vlog, but I'll bring it back. I just got to work it into the routine.
So now you won't do this portion of lawn care at all now?
Oh, we got to get our soil ready for for the fall. So we'll get that going. I'll probably do the same regimen, just overseeing. We'll do our soil treatments, and stuff like that, and we'll get it going.
Don't let him fool you. He loves pulling out all his big machines to suck up the leaves.
I did that.
He's great at sucking and blowing the leaves. You guys know what I meant.
What's wrong with you?
They knew I meant leaves. Where's your head at?
These are starting to fall here. Yes. A lot of people are saying I don't pay attention. I'm not, like that. But people are saying that we're having an early fall. The Farmer's Almanac changed its rating or speculation for winter. A couple months ago, she told me, because we were talking about winter, that they were saying we were having another warm winter. This past week or 2 weeks ago, they changed it again, that we're going to have a pretty aggressive winter. So I don't know.
No. Aggressive as in extremely cold, but not with snow.
They said snowfall.
No. What Farmer's Almanac are you reading?
I seen they posted it online.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
We'll double check.
Hold on.
Farmer's Almanac.
Facebook? Aw, guys. He's Facebook famous. No. Farmer's Almanac is showing, for people who read the true Farmer's Almanac, it's showing we're going to be extremely frosty, but not be getting the snow here on the island. I'm sorry that all you do is read the Facebook version.
No.
It's okay. It's okay.
You keep talking, because I'm going to fact check you. I'm going to fact check myself.
I guess everything that's real happens on Facebook, I guess, right? Any hoodle. Ken, I have to tell you, I think I heard you mention once that fall's your jam too. I love it. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. I know the leaves start to fall, but I'm a trooper. I'll get right in there with him with that. But I love it. The pumpkins, the decor. You know what? And to be honest with you, it's his mom's birthday in the fall. So I love celebrating her, his dad. My mom was in the fall. My mom's birthday actually used to fall on Thanksgiving sometimes. So that was pretty neat as a kid. I thought we were celebrating Thanksgiving for my mom. So there's that. And also Grandma Brooklyn, who, when you watch the video, that absolutely beautiful woman that is like on the cover, which I'm like so happy he chose that picture of her. She is gorgeous. She was gorgeous. Her birthday was in October too. So there are a lot of happy, beautiful people to celebrate in the fall. So I just love it. Just love it. Ken, yes, the internet is the National Enquirer. I stay so far away from Facebook. I call it fake book. And I feel so bad because I think I've mentioned before, I have two really good friends. One who actually does security for Facebook. Like, he's been with them now for 19 years. He's like one of the big guys behind, like, I'm sorry to say, guys, the reason why some people get in like Facebook jail. But also I have a friend who does a lot of their media and marketing and whatnot. They've been with them for now like 22. Back when they were like a nobody. Back when they were, she was with like Apple services and then went over to Facebook stuff. So at the end of the day, like, I get it's great. People love it for so many reasons. It keeps people connected, but it's a lot of fake book. It's a lot of fake book. People just kind of throw in all what they think to be facts in one place. So I don't know.
I can't find it.
But it's okay. You can't find it because it's okay.
We will figure this out at the next live.
It's okay. And let's be honest, I don't want to be right on this one. We need snow. We need snow.
Yes. So
We need snow. We need to snow. We need to snow. We need to snow the snow blowers.
So I've had a couple inquiries for snow blowers, but I just can't seal the deal. I potentially could have had an Arian sold.
Bye, Thomas. Thanks for coming by.
On Friday. It was the 824 build that we featured on the channel. I don't know. We spoke about this, and maybe you guys could too. I won't throw pictures of it, but if you just check out the 824 build, I think it was like a 6 or 8 part series that we got this Arian snowblower for $50, and I restored it to actually add to our collection of Arian snowblowers. The only thing I didn't do on it was a triple belt conversion. And the only reason why we didn't do that is because we just didn't have snow, and I didn't feel like spending the money. She actually did the triple belt conversion on the 926 that I ended up selling for $1,000. That's when I hurt my hand and I had stitches. And
you guys would be surprised at things the missus can do.
So I had her.
You know my saying, anything you can do, I can do better.
So she actually did it for me. And then just after further evaluation, just assessing what we have and the direction that, you know, we want to go with our personal machines, we decided to actually put it up for sale. I had it up for sale for $800. We didn't get any snow, so it just literally sat.
Which that's like a heartbreaker, because that's an awesome machine to be sitting.
So I'll be honest with you, I dropped the price down to $500 just to see if I can get anything. And a guy actually emailed me off Craigslist, gave me his phone number, the whole line. I thought I responded to him in an extremely timely fashion, and he completely ignored me. And then I just happened to click on the ad, and I'm looking at it and just the work that we put into it. And I'm thinking like $500 is just way too cheap for this machine. And I actually raised the price to, you know, $650, which is still a pretty good deal. Probably as we get closer, it's just going to get incrementally higher. We're going to get closer to the season. I'm almost pricing it to the point where we keep it. But, you know, it is what it is. I raised the price to $650. A week later, the same guy emails me. So I respond to him, and he responds to me, and he just doesn't have a clue that I feel that he doesn't have a clue that we tried talking last week. My issue with him is that he's coming from very, very far. He's coming from the Hamptons, and he passes through us, and he goes to Connecticut to take his son to soccer practice, which is whatever.
The travel leagues kind of stuff.
So he wants to like meet when he's like passing through.
Which honestly is not unreasonable. I get it, because he's hiking back and forth.
But I'm very reluctant. Ooh, no, reluctant's not the right word. I'm like a Debbie Downer who would pass through the entire island, because the Hamptons are at the ass end of the island, stop in the middle, go out of the island, out of state. You know, why would they stop, grab a snowblower, take it all the way to Connecticut, and then drag it all the way back? Yeah, we spoke about this.
So
I think he's window shopping.
He doesn't want to pick the snowblower up when he's coming back from this travel league soccer. And for those of you with kids, see, I know we don't have children, but in the line of work that I'm in, a lot of the kids that I've worked with and over the many, many years are part of these travel leagues that go out of state. They get done late. Those end late. So if he's traveling a good hour out of the state for these travel leagues that already end late, and then he's got to, from where we are, he's got another hour, maybe hour and a half to go to get home. He's not going to want to stop here at like 8 o'clock at night to try a snowblower when his kid's been going all day long. The missus is at home waiting for him.
Yeah.
I said, I don't think that's so fishy. Whether this guy's going to be itching to come and get this snowblower, I think that's really more of the question.
So I had to work Amazon on Friday, so I have to be there for 3 a.m. And then I usually work till around like 12. But you guys know with Amazon, you know, well, just in general, everything is different because I'm on site. So it's anywhere from mild to wild. So I says, listen, I get done at 12. I could be home for 1. And he says, oh no, it's cutting it too close. So he only wants to meet on those times. He doesn't want to take a dedicated trip. If you took a dedicated trip here, that'd be a different story. I honestly feel that he is window shopping, and I might have to pull what Mrs. Pate's performance does and say, listen, don't bother coming if you're not willing to pay this price. But then again, he's just passing through. So that strategy means nothing. He could stop, be like, oh, okay, thanks, and just keep on his merry way. If he was coming here and then returning back home, then it's a different story.
And here's the thing, and I know, and someone could agree or disagree. Opinions are like beep. And I know right now snowblowers are sensitive for you. Guys, I think the way he's feeling right now is simply because they're not selling right now. This guy could come through and be a hardcore buyer and still not decide he wants it.
Now, even though there's a lot, so I also, when someone inquired about the Arians,
honey.
The reason why I raised my price is that I went on, Craigslist. That's where the guy reached out to me, and I just did some market research to see what's out there. There are some pretty okay deals. There is no other Arians out there like it on Facebook Marketplace. On Craigslist. There's actually even no Arians like it on Facebook as well. At $800, it's okay priced compared to what's out there. At $650,
it's a steal.
Yes, it's beyond competitively priced.
But guess what?
People are still asking very good money for their Arians. There's a couple of good deals on some 28s, but the very, very newer style ones. Mm-hmm. But also, some people don't want a bigger machine. So
hold on. Move your strings.
What?
But you also love the product.
Yes.
You also know everything that goes into that product. You're connected. You're emotionally bonded to the product. This is a customer who may not know or believe. This is just someone who's flipping through an ad.
That's fine.
Who, may be a window shopper. Mm-hmm. And you got to take that chance. It is what it is.
Chris Small Engines, he knows. Chris Small Engines, I touch every machine that I get. I touched. It's very rare, only on 2-cycle stuff. But
you're connected to now.
Every machine I touch, every machine that comes through this channel or through this driveway, I'm mostly attached to because I service it, and because I service it, that's why I hammer down on value. I am going to have another Sell 'em Sunday or whatever you want to call it coming out this weekend. It's a little long because I kind of stretched it out over a couple of days. We had one day where we sold like 3 things, and then we lined up to sell other stuff, and then it just got divided up during the week. I think I posted on my community page, maybe. I have to check. Been really busy. Instagram and YouTube, I've been a little bit out of touch. But I sold 2. Oh, that's right. I did on my this last video with Henry. I've been hell-bent on cleaning my project pile. And I agree. I'm not going to argue. There's 0 grounds. I have 0 grounds to stand on. I need to clean it up.
Can I stop you for a second on that? Because I hear you mention that a lot. Can I speak my piece? Scott, let me tell you, if we are so lucky that God blesses us with a little 1 or 2 or however many, if you don't think some baby announcement's not going to include some type of snowblower of some kind with Arians on it or engines. But anyway, he mentions a lot that I'm on him about the project pile.
And she's right. I'm not arguing.
Can I tell you where that comes from? Because I want you to not think that it's just because I'm not one of those wives who's like,
it's not. But it's not, yeah.
Can I finish? I'm not one of those wives that's like, I want the pile out of this. Part of it is we have a beautiful home. I like to keep it that way. Yes, that is part of it. But I also know in that project pile, he's also has things that I know that I keep hearing him say, I need to get to that. I need to get to that. Oh, that's a good one. I need to get to that. And sometimes when you're with someone that you've been with a long time and you know them well, they need a little firecracker under the tush. So part of getting him to get to the project pile is that positive reinforcement, that encouragement of like, I know you can do it, get to it. And sometimes I'll do like reverse psychology with him. And like, what was it, about a month ago, I said, I'm going to straighten up the yard and I'm going to organize everything for you so you can go through and see what we can donate or get rid of or maybe part out. That's all I needed to say to him. And you had to see the wheels were turning. He knew he didn't want to throw anything away. He knew he didn't want to just part things out. And what started to happen? We start picking at the project pile.
You know what it is? We're in this funky period now, which kind of makes me, can't say upset, because somebody reached out for me about something and I didn't have it. And I can't stand, it drives me nuts when somebody wants to hand me money and I can't take it because I don't have it. And we spoke about pressure washers. Pressure washers are not profitable for the most cases. That's why if I buy them not running, they have to be very, very cheap. You guys seen what I did with my last pressure washer. It needed a new pump, gun and hose. That's like $140 right off the bat. Excuse me. Is it timeless? It's easy, mindless work? Gun, pump, and hose connect, a pump, 4 bolts, and your new one's on there. So, I mean, I dragged it out of the project pile. So that lawnmower, so that engine, you know, that was sitting there doing nothing, making nothing, I ended up selling it. It's on the, it's going to be on the flip video. I couldn't document it on the flip video because pressure washers is the only thing we can sell out of the house because they have to demo it before they buy it. And what happened with this guy is like the epitome of why I hate selling out of the house. This guy came half hour early with like no heads up whatsoever. We were supposed to meet at 5 and he came at 4:30. What happens if I had to run out? What happens if I'm not home at work? I got this guy banging on my door, asking me, where am I? You know, wobbling around the freaking driveway in the house. You know, it's not, so thank God I was home, but I couldn't put the camera on because he was a half hour early. I just couldn't do it. So, but anyway, you know, that's why I hate selling out of the house. One of the many reasons. But that was just the epitome of it. I'm like, you know, no heads up, no nothing. It is what it is. So, anyway, I was clearing out the project pile. I was thinking I was making some pretty decent progress. That's right. And I ended up having 2 Lawn Boy 2-stroke lawnmowers that I had. And I decided to work on them and I made an oopsie. And that oopsie cost a lot of money, oopsie. So I decided to just put them up for sale in non-running condition. And I actually found in my notes how much I paid for them. And I sold them non-running and I actually made a decent profit, in my opinion, for 2 non-running machines. They were complete, but they were non-running. I think I would never make that risk or make that gamble. But hey, if somebody else wants to, you know, for sure. That'll be on the Flip and Fix video. I know some of you guys are bummed out because you guys wanted to do 2-stroke lawn boys. I do have a 2-stroke lawn boy video coming out. It's a lot older than the other ones. It's something I wouldn't keep for myself. I went to go use it, and the thing I put up in the community page about using it on my front lawn, I just don't see it. I really, really don't. You guys know I'm anal about my grass. I don't know. There's some things you want to do for YouTube and for content. I just don't. And there's
some things that I just don't want to hear him complain about.
Yes.
And that would be one of them.
Yes.
This man will look out from the upstairs windows at his lawn on a regular basis. I don't want to hear the silent crying if something were to have happened to him.
Yes. Absolutely.
Can I ask, because I just have to ask, he tends to make oopsies when he's rushing. Was this an oopsie while you were rushing by any chance?
It's like 50-50. It's like an oopsie because you want to clean out the project pile and get on to the next one. If I fixed these lawnmowers, I would have asked good money for them. And I have a feeling that I was going to hold on to these till next summer. So I was kind of rushing because if I had to hold on to these till next season, I would have stripped these down to the bare bones and then just restored them just because. There are certain lawnmowers that earn and deserve that. And, you know, they were one of them. And then also I had somebody wanted to buy a self-propelled lawnmower from me and I just sold it. And I didn't have one ready. So I wanted to I had my mindset on getting these done, and I just made an oopsie, and that was it. Should I say it?
What?
The oopsie?
Your call, my dear.
It's very foolish on my part. Very stupid. It happens. I was trying to pull the primer bulb line off the carburetor, and I was just trying to do it by hand. And I didn't, the line's been on for so long, you're supposed to grab it with a pair of pliers and rotate and then pull. I didn't feel like doing that.
So you're lazy.
So when I broke the primer bulb, when I pulled the line off, when it finally came off, it took the nipple fitting right off the carburetor.
He said nipple.
No big deal. I broke it off, actually, because it's part of the carburetor. No big deal. Replacement carburetor is $145. No, thank you. So I just put them, I didn't even look at the second one I had. I just didn't even bother. I just put them up for sale and that's it. That one was supposed to be an easy project. That one actually ran and died off starter fluid. So it just needed, I guess, the carburetor to be gone through, and then I would have done my thing to it and be good to go. Need a new throttle cable, need a new drive cable. What I don't like about those lawn boys, they have those stupid plastic handle stoppers. I would have found some way to override those. That what a crappy design. And you have two of them on those lawnmowers if you guys are into it. I think they're absolutely garbage. I don't see it in them. Terrible design. I like the traditional ones where you guys put the cable into the eyelet hook, on the handlebar. Lawn boy has this.
So I have to ask,
80s design.
This went past the possibility of maybe Gorilla Glue.
I wouldn't even. There are ways that you guys can repair them. I was thinking about drilling it and tapping in a new nipple fitting, but then I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. On to the next one.
I mean, you were quite happy when you got back, and the guy who bought them, you said, was quite.
Yeah, the guy was very excited to have these. So,
win-win, I guess.
Yeah, so yep, that's right. So Tim wrote, the stagger right wheel on the lawn boys allows you to trim closer.
Here we go.
Absolutely. At the one small engine shop that I get along with, they have a lawnmower called the Sabre, which is just like it, and it's yellow, and it actually has a Honda on it turned sideways, and they want like $600-700 for it. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. On Instagram, there's a landscaping company in Brooklyn, which they have very small yards in Brooklyn, and he actually runs one of those, and it didn't even make it a third of the season, and he posted a video of him cutting grass he had all day. The thing was blowing oil out of the muffler and smoking like a chimney. But he kept adding oil, and then I don't know, I lost track of it, what happened after that. But those aren't whatever. There's a guy also locally to me who does these lawn boys, and he'll buy spare decks, and he'll actually repower them with Honda engines. So sometimes they sit and sometimes they sell. Whatever he gets from, I don't know. He likes to ask me questions, and I'm not reluctant to give him all my answers. Nobody taught me how to do any of this, so you should be kind of finding it out on its own. She likes this guy, Gary Vanderchuck, and he doesn't give away his information for free. I mean, I kind of give away my information for free on my YouTube channel, but if you're going to start asking me questions without doing
let's rephrase this. Gary Vanderchuck, which I keep telling you guys all the time you need to check out, he gives a lot of information to his followers for free. You know why? Because most people are lazy and they're not going to follow it. That's why he gives away a lot of information for free. Most people are going to sit there and say, oh, I want to do that. I'm going to fix that too. I'm going to buy and flip, or I'm going to sell. He's huge. I mean, he's huge on making a profit out of things that other people don't want to make a profit out of. He gives you all the ways to do it. The guy has got 4 accounts with over 8 million followers on it. The guy's a billionaire. You know how many people actually, after watching those videos, put the ambition into doing it? So he's a huge proponent on giving away his secrets. But he says, don't always give away the golden nugget. Give people enough, bring the horse to the water, see if they drink it. He goes, you're going to get those rare few that are going to look for the golden nugget, and those are the people that you might reach out to, mentor, inspire, etc. But most people don't have the ambition that you think. So, but Brando, I saw that you said you might, you know what, Brando, change your mindset. Let's see that stagger wheel, Montgomery Ward. Do a video.
Yes.
Let's see it, dude. Let's see it.
So if you watch,
you're awesome to watch.
People love the older machines. So hopefully our channel gets to the point where we could kind of not worry about the Pat Taste Performance Hustle and kind of focus on other things. Watch this guy Norm at iSave Tractors. This guy gets these old school tractors wherever he lives, and he just completely, goes through. Very talented guy, just like us in the driveway, in a garage. That's pretty cool. And then you could also watch mixed mowers. He has the older lawn mowers, and those get a lot of action on his comments too. And who else? Who else has some older stuff?
Let's be honest. Whether it's older, newer, far in between, people just want to see what you're doing. If you're thinking about making a video about it, if the thought crossed your mind, then just do it. Just get on. Bill, I need to get a camera ring. No, you don't. Order it, yeah, but just do it. Just do it. I've got in my side hustle, there are people I have that have been doing this 3-4 million followers. They don't have camera rings. Jump into it, dude. Just do it. You don't need camera rings. Whoever's telling you that, they're bogus. Enough with that.
We got projects too. Oh, don't you worry.
Drifty, I don't know how I missed you coming in, but I so missed you.
DJ Drifty, how are you?
You were just so awesome. You're just such a good egg. You really, really are. You really, really are. Good guy. Such a
Ken
good
still
guy.
uses his phone. Listen, Henry used his phone for the longest time. There's this guy Whistling Diesel, over 1 million subs.
Absolutely.
Still uses his phone too.
Gary Vanderchuck. Oh, I want to say almost 75 of his 75% of his content. He's videoing from a phone. Guy's got 4 accounts, over 8 million followers. You don't need all the bells and whistles. Mm-hmm. You really, really don't.
That's
Jump on, do your thing.
That's right. Zippo does older tractors too. My apologies, Zippo Varga, another great YouTube channel. He's a vlogger too. He'll take you through all his motions and whatnot. I stopped watching him because she was breaking my chops. Zippo is doing a series on his channel of reorganizing his garage and shop. And
what was I busting your chops about?
I need to get mine done too.
Well,
usually I do it once a week, but I've been just so busy.
Here's the theory.
I haven't. And she's been really, really probing me.
Hold on. Guys, I want to get your thoughts on this. So Mr. Pate's Performance knows. Come on, don't sneak out here. He knows that when I ask him to clean something up, I ask, but only so many times. I'm not going to sit here and school you. I do it all day long. So with the sheds, for example, I asked him once. I asked him twice. And then what happened one day when you got home? What was I doing? Ripping apart the sheds.
But she was right. She created more space.
And I created more space. And I wasn't doing it to bust his chops.
I found a few things.
He found some things. Then with his machines that he keeps in the yard, I asked him once. I asked him twice. And then one day you got home, all the machines. I said, we need to mow this, move this. Are you waiting for me to just tear everything out of your garage?
No.
Do you want me at your toolbox? Because I got to say, I can do it. There's a YouTube video to teach me everything. But I'm telling you, I only ask but so many times before I'll do it myself, and you'll come home and everything out in the driveway.
So I think for me to clean out my garage, I need to do 2 things, maybe 3.
Ambition.
No.
Drinks.
If you guys see in my video, someone actually peeped the little mess I have in the front of my garage.
Oh yes, I saw that.
There's 2 things. Comment. There's 2 things.
Yes.
One of them is the beginning of a video. A while back, I think Ken would remember, because I did it on his stream. Ken Small Engines did a live stream, and I was on there. For the longest time, I've been searching for the twin of my Snap-on Heritage America's limited edition best series toolbox. And I actually found it and had to pull it out of a barn. And while I was in the barn, You know, I always say this all the time. She's good to it. I'm good to it too. If you guys go on a pick or if you guys ever go to buy something, you know, try and have your head on a swivel, your eyes wander, not enough to make them feel uncomfortable. You know, don't be, you know, blatantly trying to scope the place out. You know, little quick things here and there. I went to go buy the toolbox from this lady, and I just happened to peek around. Sometimes if I don't see something, I will ask. I just happened to see the handlebars of a snapper high vac. So I asked if it was for sale. Now, because it was tucked in the corner and behind something, that snapper high vac, in front of that snapper high vac, which was completely out of the view of me, was another snapper high vac. So I ended up purchasing those two as well while I'm there. So those are going to be on the channel. It's funny, you know, we talk about Henry Mows and Blowers and us. Henry has, you know, I'm ahead on content. Henry released a video of 2 Toro cyclers with Kohlers on it. You guys know I hate Kohler engines, so what do I have in my project pile? 2 Toro lawn mowers with Kohlers on it. And I was going to title it like Double Trouble or something. And then Henry releases his. And I was going to do the same thing with the Lawn Boys, and I was going to do the same thing with these 2 snapper high vacs. But thank God I put those in the project pile, the snappers, believe it or not, because also along the summer, I posted on my community page, I purchased a snapper thatcherizer and a snapper thatcher attachment. So I actually was going to do a video series on these snappers and me trying to use them. I have no idea what these.
Wait, I'm sorry. So you're saying because someone else did a video on something, you can't?
No, I don't know how I'm going to word it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because that's ridiculous if someone else does a video, you can't.
So it's funny. So we want to talk about the snapper high vac it's called a thatcherizer. It's a thatcher on the front. Toro Time Master, when I finally acquired mine, when I was looking for a striping kit for mine, Toro actually has a thatching kit, Powerade kit for the front of the Time Master, but they also advertise it as a striping kit. And I decided not to buy it. And I decided to go with the traditional rolling striping kit because I couldn't find any good videos on it. And I already own a thatcher itself. So I would be kind of crisscrossing what I already do. And I don't believe in thatching your lawn every time you cut it. So that's the reason why I didn't do it. But I think if we get the snapper thatcher and the thatcherizer is an attachment that goes under the deck and it helps recycle leaves. So I want to get those running and just try and do a crazy, you know, video with it and just try and document it, you know, how it goes, how it works, and, you know, go from there. I think that'll be an interesting series.
That sounds fun.
The only reason why I'm not keeping one of them for myself is for some reason I'm hell-bent on having another lawnmower with electric start. Oh, and I also have 2 Toro Super Recycler SR4s that I'm in the middle of vlogging, and I had this week was like a week of oopsies. That one, I would have had one of those finished, and I had an oopsie. I couldn't believe it. I was so mad, and maybe she could catch it on the cameras. When that oopsie happened, I was so mad at myself, I probably said a few unholy words. And I think maybe one of the neighbors came out the window like, is everything all right? And I was just kind of lost it.
So just to address Scott, you know what it is? It's not that there's like no woman-free zones. The Mister's infamous for coming in and being like, did you see this tool? Or did you see this part? Helping him to stay organized only helps him to stay more efficient and like lets him then be the mastermind behind his videos and fixing things. When I'll be honest with you, from the moment I met him, organization, he's smart. He's so good with his, I was going to say his hands. That doesn't come out right. He's great at what he does, right? Organization and staying neat and tidy, not his strong suit at all. So I think when you know your partner's strong suits and you know their weaknesses, I think you help them to bring out their strong suits, and you help them with the things that they're not so strong at. So I think if I can help to keep him organized, then he could just focus on the things he enjoys doing and he's really great at. And I think KCB, is KCB who made the comment about his yard. Casey, I'm sure your wife loves you, irregardless of what your yard looks like.
Yes.
But you know what? At the end of the day, if you really think about it, like everybody works in the conditions that they work best at. I know him. I know him. I know him. He gets frustrated when he can't find things. He does not work optimally when he is, can't find a part, can't find a tool.
Organized.
He works best when he's organized. He doesn't love to admit that, but
that's anybody.
When we did the sheds and he had more space and he was organized, he had a little extra pep in his tiny little step. So the garage is the next thing. Like that needs to get organized. And let's be honest, that garage is not going to be forever. Like he is going to have, but let's be honest. We've talked when the bigger garage happens, that bigger garage, I know him. That's just a bigger space for him to trash. That has got to stay. And you say no all the time, but I know him like I know the back of my hand. If he gets spaces, he fills it. So he fills any space he comes across.
So let's go back. Let's touch quickly on the garage. If you guys don't know already, I have my garage envisioned as big as possible, 2 stories or 2 floors. Second story is going to be strictly storage, and that's I'm going to rotate it's going to be some parts up there, but that's also going to be where my snow blowers are going to be stored for the summer. And then it's going to transition to hopefully lawnmowers in the wintertime and vice versa. That is the second floor. And then the sheds will now be for my personal stuff. I mean, you guys see I'm into my lawn care, so I have
You have mostly your personal stuff in there now.
I know.
You're still sloppy about it.
But there's a few other things in there. So that's going to be,
We still love you.
That.
We still love you.
And then my garage, I envision 2 things. I envision a 4-post lift that's you drive on with ramps. And then the second lift will be, 2 posts where you can put cars up and down. The 4-post lift I'm going to use for storage if I ever need it, because I could put boards, I could slide boards on top of the lift, and then I could put equipment on it and keep it on top. But I really want to keep that functional so I could work on my project truck that you guys see under the cover. But that's later down the line. And
Sparky, you had to see when the Mister started doing his videos and when this started becoming like more fruition, the channel, I was very blessed. We put a beautiful office in the house because I do quite a bit of work for my side hustles, my main gig. So the office in our house is beautiful. But the Mister, he then now started sharing that space, and now it's our office. My very organized space started turning into a cyclone. So that is also a space that we try to keep very organized. But I think any space that he gets his paws on, he just needs help. He is like the little, Charlie Brown and Pigpen, like the one who's always carrying his blanket.
No.
We still love you, but you are not the neatest little rascal in town.
So anyway, so that's part of the project that I need to get rid of. There's also another one. You guys are going to see a Predator engine.
Ooh.
Now, as you guys know, I like to do Hemi swaps on snow blowers and stuff like that. We haven't had snow in 2 years. Part of my project pile is I have, I think, 2 or 3 I have 2 project piles. I have 2 or 3 snow blowers sitting on the side of the house that I've had for quite some time that I probably can get them running with the 5 horsepower Tecumsehs are on there. But to me, they're utterly useless and no value the way they are with the 5 horsepower Tecumsehs. These snow blowers with a Hemi-powered, Predator on there, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I've done videos on them before I started my YouTube channel. I just did little brief overviews. These, if we have snow, I want to take you from start to finish and probably not sell one of them and just hold on to one of them and do like a really good vlog with one of them. Mm-hmm. As far as that, so anyway, so I have done, I think maybe 6 to 8 Predator swaps, including my own on the Arians. Now, we spoke about this before. These engines are like $100, give or take a little. I always take a 2-year warranty on them. Yes, it kind of increases the purchase price, I think, to $154 or $164. But then I advertise that the snowblower comes with a 2-year guarantee. But that's just on the engine. I say that right in the ad. You have to read the ad. 2-year guarantee on the engine only. And when I sell the snowblower to them, they get all the paperwork. She's very good at receipts. She photocopies them, so we have them for our records as well. But we give them a receipt as well. So if there's any issues with them,
if you guys are in Genius scanning or using some type of other app at this point to scan all your receipts in and keep them in like an online document, please do that, because even photocopying, they fade over time.
Because even those receipts, you know, the ones that come on the printed paper, those fade over time. Yeah. So we're very good at that's why we love Lowe's, right? We talk about Lowe's all the time. We are not sponsored. I will choose Lowe's over Home Depot every day of the week because we like warranties on the house and whatnot. Okay, Lowe's has this thing called the My Lowe's card. I say this all the time. It is not a credit card. It is nothing but your digital file. When you make a purchase at Lowe's, you scan your My Lowe's card and that goes into your account. You could pull up that receipt for anything and everything. The hi-hats, how many hi-hats do you have in this house? Close to 100, right? Over 100, close to 100 hi-hats in this house that have a guarantee. Guess what? Got on My Lowe's card. And I forgot, they're LED, so they're guaranteed for some ridiculous long time. LED lights out on the outside, ridiculous long. And then here we go, our Cobalt battery power tools. 5 years on the tool, 3 years on the battery. Good luck trying to keep those receipts, right? If you have them stacked in the My Lowe's card, it's very easy to warranty stuff out. We've been very fortunate. You know, nothing's perfect. We've had issues. Thank God to My Lowe's card. No problems getting our warranties, you know.
And it's been great because, you know, over the years since we've moved in, some of the companies that make the LEDs that we have, they've changed the design, and they've been great. They give us something that's comparable. It's worked out well. Henry says that when he makes space, he ends up getting more tractors.
So it's funny when we talk about every time. So I try and organize once a week. And then when we transition from summer to winter, I do a very thorough clean out because I'll be working inside the garage, as you guys have seen. I've learned that I'm not throwing a lot out. I'm just reorganizing to create more space. And that's where it's at. So anyway, let's go back to the Predator engine. So when I did the 420 Hemi CC supercharged swap, I joined a Predator group on Facebook. And they were helpful, but they weren't helpful because not a lot of people want to spend the big bucks and more money on the bigger engines. So help was very limited. There's a lot of information on the 212. Beyond the 420cc, there is nothing. Barely for the 670, barely for the 420. So through that group, I found out because these guys, you know, if you blow up a Predator engine, they don't care about the box, right? They just want the whole engine back. So a little doorbell went off in my head. It says, you know what? Let me try and find something. I bought 2 blown up Predator engines for like $10, and I'm going to exchange them for warranty and get 2 new engines for whatever the $10 it was. And I ended up being at Harbor Freight this week. I had to buy something, and I asked the guy, like, "Hey, can you look up my history?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, I need to return an engine. How does that work? And he's like, "Oh, just bring it in." And he's like, "Oh, let me just see which one's covered." And he's like, "Listen, all your engines are covered. We'll just pick the lowest one, the one that I purchased first, then we'll work our way up." So I'm going to be good to go. So I think we're going to have a Hemi swapped snowblower for almost free. I know it's a terrible thing to do, but I mean, it is what it is. We're exposing a loophole. They're not serialized, I guess.
Pate does not support.
She does not support that. But we spent a lot of money at Harbor Freight, and it's not on tools at Harbor Freight. It's
disclosure.
Yes, we spent mucho dinero. We spent mucho. Actually, when the guys see me at Harbor Freight, they enjoy it because they want to snag me because then every time I buy an engine, I always take out the 2-year warranty, and I guess they get commission off of it. So once I get the snapper video done and the engine's out of the way, then that's the bulk of that pile sitting in front. And then we could have a clear shot. Oh, and the snappers are in there too. Even though they're not running, they're such a high value machine to me that I keep them stored indoors, which is very rare. You never see one mower stored indoors that I'm not using myself. Like my Time Master, that's in there. All my other lawnmowers are out, and about. They're never stored in the garage or in one of the sheds.
So then maybe for the time being, we can allow such events to happen. Proceed forward.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anyway, let's talk about two-stroke lawn boys. Let's try and get this chat underway. The purpose of this video. So I purchased my first two-stroke lawn boy last year for $30. And it was actually off another flipper. And the more I thought about it after I had the oopsie with mine, the more I thought about that maybe he had an oopsie with his and something happened. Yeah, we'll put up a link.
And Jason Hughes is saying over in the UK, a lot of their warranties are done with serial numbers. You've had to register things. It was something that's
I love
changed?
Milwaukee. Milwaukee M12 is registered. It's serial number 110%. So what I do, and I recommend you guys do, if you guys have tools, okay, with Milwaukee, is because we actually use them.
Hey, Kenny.
Good morning, Ken. How are you?
Hello.
Serial numbers rub off. Either save the receipt or copy the serial number down. And I sent out tools from Milwaukee, and it's actually on my channel. I reviewed the Milwaukee warranty policy. They denied one of my tools because the serial number was scratched off. Now I have doubles between work and home. I gave the serial number from my one at work, and they warrantied it out. So that's your lesson learned. So they do have certain machines are serialized and modeled. Milwaukee is definitely one of them. We'll get in a minute. What's up, Ken? How are you?
Oh, good morning.
Oh, you're going for that little bit of scruff look again. I like it.
I like that. I like the professor look, little
I love it.
cheaters and all that. What's going on? Two strokes. Love them.
Yep, absolutely. So are you on your way to pick up parts or?
No, back home. It's 9 o'clock already. I'm halfway through my day. My day starts. Well, I can tell you a quick story. My daughter, you guys know, well, my transgender, my son, Nick, whatever. Anyway, works with me at Sikorsky. So second shift, right? Goes in at 3 in the afternoon. Shift ends at 11:30, but does such a good job. They're letting him have like unlimited overtime because just does such a great job. Well, yeah, it brings it twice as much as me. But anyway, so last night we're waiting, and he's been coming home at like 1:30, putting an hour or so of overtime. My wife and I wait up, okay? And on a work night, that sucks because I got to be up at 4, right? So anyway, he gets home at 4 a.m. I said,
wow.
I said, what are you doing? You know what he said? Cashola, making the money.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, hey.
Can't blame him. I
saw the check last week. I almost choked, and the kid's putting the max into the 401k. Just got a 50% merit increase the other day. Only been there 7 months. Hey, more power to him,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But 2 strokes, lawn boys. I got 3 of them. 2 of them are 2 strokes. I love them because I have hills. I have like steep inclines in my property. And you could run those things like a weed whacker, any orientation you want.
So what I don't like, and in one of my videos, that the muffler is down in the exhaust.
Yep, you're blowing it into the grass. Yep.
Yeah, I just like the heat. I feel like the heat will I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it.
The muffler dissipates most of the heat. And it's funny, they did a study years ago saying the carbon monoxide that comes out of the exhaust actually is like fertilizer for the grass.
Get out of here.
No, I'm serious. They did a study on that saying, oh, no, it actually helps the grass. I think they're full of crap, but that's what they said. But, yeah, you think you're going to burn all your grass up,
Yeah, like you're just going to cook it in heat, especially like on a hot summer day.
Yeah.
And my other issue was the lawn boy that I actually got running and I worked on, there's a lot of like oil buildup and residue underneath the deck.
Well, the seals are known to go. Definitely replace seals in a lawn boy. They're cheap. The upper and lower seals about $3-4.
Oh, okay. Because it wasn't like all over the deck. It was just like on that path where it like shoots out. So I don't know if they ran like a rich mixture or something.
But the lower seal is known to go. It always does.
Oh, okay. But the thing runs like a champ. I mean, it runs great. So I got very lucky. So one of my Andy Hamilton, when I posted on the community page, talked about the bicentennial.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
What the heck is this? So I did some research on the bicentennial, and it's a phenomenal. It even has electric start on it too. And I'm like, now I want one of these.
And you got the old style with the rear drive too, with the gear on the wheel. Yeah.
And they were saying that those were only like 200 were made, and they were only given out to vendors and certain employees as like a gift. So they're like super, super rare. So I was thinking about maybe I could do like a tribute one and do, take one and try and redo it on my own. But then I don't know where to get electric start from these. I didn't even know they had electric start way back when.
Yeah. There's a lot of lawn boy guys out there online, especially on YouTube, and you can get any part. There's one of them, I'm trying to think of their name. There's something with cats and kittens. They have a ton of cats, but they collect and restore lawn boys. I'll try and get the link. I'll try and post it, but they sell a lot of lawn boy restoration parts and things like that. You can still get a lot of lawn boy stuff since Toro owns them. The part numbers are still valid. In fact, I looked for a Toro part for one of my lawn boys that was 35 years old. My dealer had it on the shelf. The bag was older than me, but he basically had it on the shelf, because once Toro bought Lawn Boy, the only thing they really did is convert the part numbers to the Toro system, like 37-something or something like that for Toro. But it's still Lawn Boy. It's been Lawn Boy since the 80s. Yeah,
you can go on eBay and they still reproduction stickers, the whole line.
Oh, yeah.
And my question to you is, I couldn't find it. Bicentennial is like a 200-year anniversary. So what was the foundation of a bicentennial lawnmower? Because they had the bicentennial lawnmower.
1976, the bicentennial of the U.S. Everybody came out with bicentennial everything. That was a marketing ploy for 1976.
Okay, then
I had a bicentennial Tyco train set. I mean, anything you can imagine. Cub Cadet came out with a lawn tractor 76 bicentennial edition. They called it Spirit of 76. It was white, red, white, and blue with the stickers.
Okay.
And honestly, on the Cub Cadet bicentennial lawn tractor, the seat is a regular seat for a lawn tractor, but white vinyl, and you can't find them. They cost about $1,000 if you can find them.
So here is what we're told. This was the Lawn Boy picture that we put up. This one's kind of worn and torn.
Yeah.
What I couldn't find out is the difference between the bicentennial. I think this is the bicentennial edition.
Yeah.
Right? But then here is another one that I found. This is what Ken's talking about. And this one has the Liberty.
Yep.
This one, the bicentennial on the left. That is the only picture they first showed with the bag. And the bag is done in like the American flag. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
This one on the right is the Liberty. Do you know anything about the Liberty? Like, what was did that come out the same year? Was that different? The Liberty is the one on the right, guys.
Put it this way. They're the older models you're showing. So I don't think it came out. It was probably toward the end of the year, but look at the rear drive rollers. That's a clue that it's the older 70s model,
Wait, so there's actually rollers underneath here? And
the rollers roll the actual tires. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a mechanical roller system. They were used on a lot of those back then.
Wow. So then also we were talking about international. This international here is the one I was talking about earlier in the channel. Oh, it's not a big picture. Henry at Mowers and Blowers actually had one of these. And like I said, if I had an old International Cub Cadet lawn tractor, I would be all over this lawnmower like white on rice. I like, if you see in the front, it looks like it almost has headlights. So I would do, one of those as well. Is that what you were talking about earlier, Ken? No, he's in there. I think he's in there. No. We're just doing a screen share.
No.
Oh, do we lose him?
Yes.
All right. Did I
I think you did.
I think I crossed out the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Hold on. How do we get back to our stream? No, it was on Google. We're here. Oh, we lost Ken. So anyway, so these are the lawn boys that we have. So this was the international that we liked. So this is the lawn boy that I posted on my community page. This is the one that I got running. This one right here. Okay. I didn't look up, I have the model and I have the serial number. This kind of looks like the one that like the International Harvester has. I don't have an idea. I think this is late 60s, early 70s. I paid $5 for it and I got it running. This is the one I was asking you guys, should I cut my grass with or not? To me, it has the mulch plug on it right here at the bottom. The blade on it is technically a high lift blade and it doesn't have any teeth on it. So it's really not the greatest for mulching. So I'm kind of, confused about how that works out. These are the two non-running lawnmowers that I sold. And these are the two non-running lawnmowers that this one right here, where the pull cord has some tension to it. That is the one that I had the oopsie on. Both of these are in great shape. I think someone started to restore this because the wheels on this are literally brand new compared to this one here where they're completely bald. And the throttle cable didn't work. And I actually ordered a new throttle cable. And the self-propelled cable right here was kind of, made to work. So I ordered a new one. But those ended up passing on. This lawn boy right here is, I think we were talking about this with Chris Small Engines. These right here, for us, where I live, maybe the community is different by you guys. These right here are highly sought after. This lawn boy with the orange tank or the black tank goes for mucho dinero. 300 plus. I've seen them as low as 300, as high as between $500 and $600. Do I know what they sell at? I absolutely have no idea. Like I said before, there is a guy on Craigslist who advertised that he wants to buy two-stroke lawn boy lawnmowers. Now, he doesn't say that he wants the black or orange gas tank, but I've emailed him in the past and I says, hey man, I got some two-stroke lawn boys. And he's like, all right, well, send me a picture. And then he said no. And I asked him why. And he says, oh, they have to have the separate gas tank. So I noticed that the engine is a little bit different. So I don't know if it's the same, if it's just the cowling that makes it look bigger and smaller. But that gas tank is, iconic. I wondered if you could make your own and maybe try and pass it off. But, that's something that I would probably try and do, on my own. So we'll get everybody back in here. Yep. Look who we got. We got them. Oh, and one more. Mr. KTV.
The commercial one that you had with the red gas tank, those are about $1,200 brand new. And you could tell because they have a separate red gas tank, but also a muffler heat shield, a wire heat shield over the muffler. All right. But those, like I said, the landscapers love them because they could beat the hell out of them, go up on angles, and it won't blow up. But there were 3 or 4 different engines on the Lawn Boys. You have the original one, which was back when it was OMC, Outboard Marine Corporation, when they owned them. All right. That two-stroke. They call that the brick engine. And when you look at it, it looks like a sideways brick. They call it the brick engine. Then you have the Duraforce engine. There's like 3 or 4 different engines. The newer ones that you showed in the picture, the black engines, those are the newer silver series, they call them. It's silver and gold.
Yeah.
It was a newer engine, not as dependable as the older ones. That's why they look a lot for the older ones that have the vertical starter with the white handles. Yeah. Those are the ones that people love. The silver ones, they work. Don't get me wrong. They're fine. It's just they don't last as long as the older style.
Okay. Mr. KCV, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I got a bunch of these junk lawn boys here.
Are they 2-stroke or are they 4-stroke? I seen you mentioned them in the comment.
I think they're all 2-stroke.
Throw them around. We'll blow up the screen. Yep, that's 2-stroke.
Oh, yeah, that's an older one. Yeah, you got the older ones from the. Oh no, that's a newer.
Now wait, though. Go to the second one. Is that battery? Is that a battery back there? Is that have electric start? Oh yeah! Wow.
There you go. Where's Casey? Is he driving distance, Jason?
No, Casey's not.
Yeah, come on over. I'm in Des Moines, Iowa.
You know what, Casey? What you should do is maybe post those lawn boys on eBay, and then you'll get somebody who'll travel to you. Believe it or not, because Ken was saying you can get those parts online. Wow.
Well, Casey, if I was jealous of you because my husband has a crush on you to begin with,
Stop it.
now he wants your electric lawn boy. I'm no comparison here anymore.
So what do you have?
If you can come get it, you can have it.
We appreciate it. So you just have
they're all going to end up going to scrap sooner or later.
Take the starter off and the harness and the flywheel.
Hey,
Brando, what's up, man? How
Somebody
are you?
else told me to grab the carburetor too.
Yeah, that's it.
Casey, I would part them out.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, there you go. There's an old brick. Beautiful.
Is that the Montgomery Ward you were talking about?
Oh yeah, the monkey. Oh, that's
Yep.
Yeah. Monkey Ward.
Yeah, with the Briggs engine.
Is that a weight on the front? What is that whole contraption out in the front?
Ooh, it's all cast deck too.
Here?
Yeah,
That's
what's
just the chute.
That's the chute.
That's just the chute right there.
Hey, you got the removable gas tank. There you go.
we
Yeah,
like the feature.
So what's holding off on this job is there's a crack. I gotta find another carburetor. There's a crack in this carburetor in the casting that goes all the way through.
Good luck trying to get it.
No, you can find those. Those aren't
Actually, I found a few on eBay.
Oh, okay. They're reasonably priced, or you gotta spend some bucks on it.
$30-$40. That ain't bad.
Oh, that's not bad. So Casey, what are you working on currently? I haven't been on Instagram. You guys got to follow Casey B on Instagram. He's very active on Instagram. If you need any parts, he's the go-to guy. Okay. So that I see you painted that black. Now, is that going to be for yourself, or are you going to end up keeping that?
No, it's already listed.
Because I know you
turn the camera around somehow.
One's for cutting and one's a hauler. Oh, he disappeared. Let's see what we got here. We got Mr. D Fields in the house. D Fields, check out one of my videos. It has to do with the weed eater that we talked about. Watch that video because you're in it. Let's see what we got. I have a Silver Series Envoy 4-cycle. Still working on it. Has an oil leak. Needs a sump gasket and a traction cable. It's rear-wheel drive self-propelled. Yep. We've actually had that on the channel, and I ended up selling that too. Didn't need, luckily, all that work, thank God. Casey. So
Jason,
must have hit the wrong button or
check out my
something.
40-question challenge because I challenged you to.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so we gotta watch it, and then we'll figure something out.
I posted the questions at the very end, but I'd love to have you both do it together so that way I can see the differences.
I'm sure whatever he says on the opposite.
Yeah. Let's look at Casey. Let's zoom on. So Casey, I thought you were going to keep that snowblower because you have two Craftsmen. You said one for mowing and one for hauling. So I thought maybe you'd put the snowblower on the hauler.
No. That's money.
That's money. I hear you. Do you guys even get a lot of snow? I guess he's cutting in and out.
Oh, Iowa, sure.
Yeah, we don't. Well, we haven't had snow in 2 years. Mr. Briggs, how are you?
Oh, getting my Saturday morning breakfast, same as always.
You just took the words out
I
of my
like everybody to say good morning. This is not Mr. Briggs and Stratton. This is Son of the Year on the panel. Son of the Year.
Did y'all see my edger?
Casey's back.
Wait, Casey's back. Okay, hold on, Brando. We'll
Phone last night, so.
It's all good, Casey.
What do you got? Show us your edger again.
Oh, wow.
You see it?
Yeah. Do those sell well for you?
Still runs and operates.
Oh, okay. That looks like a classic too. You can tell the small wheels.
Oh yeah, it's super old. I'm guessing, Ken can correct me on this, I'm guessing somewhere in the 50s.
Oh, wow. Did you get that in the Montgomery Ward at the same time or two different?
No, I got it at an auction with a tiller and some push mower for $15.
Now, you guys have equipment auctions by you or no? I guess you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a local auction.
You guys have, Casey, do you have equipment auctions too?
Somewhere, but they're too far away from me.
I guess that means he doesn't go to them. Like I said,
Nope.
You guys gotta check out Casey on Instagram. He gets a ton of equipment. But I guess where you live, Casey, they have town cleanouts, correct? You guys think, oh my God, hold on. One more time, Casey, one more time. Do that one more time. Lord have mercy. Look at that, a pile of gold in his backyard. Jesus.
You need to do a road trip.
Yeah, with the semi. I need to have Twisted Beatron Garage come with me. You can take all that stuff.
There's gold in that there dirt.
Yeah. better than grass.
Yep.
So what are you working on today, Casey? What out of all of that, what's your main focus?
Today I was told I can't make no plans to do anything because I'm going to a cookout somewhere.
Ah, very nice. Little barbecue, huh?
Yep.
Yep, I love me some barbecue. I'm big on ribs.
I don't know what we're having. I'm just bringing pop.
That's what you like to hear. And Ken, what are you going to be working on today?
I finally got my parts. So the Franken mower, I got that running yesterday, and I determined after 25 minutes of filming that the camera was dead. So now I got to take it all apart, take the shroud off, take the coil off, take everything off so I could do the video the way it was. So I got that to do. And then I told you to Franken mower, he has a Lawn Boy bottom like deck and a Toro top end motor.
Yep.
And what he did was the self-propel, it's just hanging in there. It's not even connected.
Yeah.
So it's a push mower. But anyway, I got it running and hunting a little bit, even though I took the carbon parts, I got some seafoam in there. Hopefully that'll do its thing. The John Deere mower, the 160, I finally got the spring for that manual PTO lever.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I got the spring, so I go underneath because I didn't know how it hooked up. And there was only one website, Outdoor Power Equipment, which is a very good website with a lot of how-to pictures. They showed me where the spring went. I get underneath there. I'm reaching up with my hand. What do I feel? The damn spring. When it popped off, it flung itself up into the inner frame rail, and you couldn't see it. But when you lifted your hand up there, it was only a $10 spring, but still, I waited a week thinking I didn't have the spring, and it was stuck up in the frame rail. So I got that to fix, and then I got, oh my God, I got 3 or 4 of these Toro personal pays. I picked up 2 of them at the dump yesterday. And the engines are free and everything. So I don't know why they're giving them up. Maybe just because they don't start.
Yeah.
So, and then I tried the Chinesium 2 carburetors I got, one on a steel trimmer and one on a steel hedge cutter. Okay. And I tell you, plug and pray, they worked. I didn't have a problem. So
I use them all the time.
You get lucky sometimes, but the customer would rather pay $50 than $100,
Yeah.
So that repair's done. A pressure washer. Oh, the stupid what is it? Troy Built from Hell, that one that came back like 5 times.
Yeah.
She finally brought it back again. I go, what'd you do this
God.
Oh, my brother ran it out of gas, and then he put old fuel in it. I'm like, I hate this mower. I really hate it. There's some pieces of equipment. I'm going to start claiming it on my taxes because it lives here more than my kids.
Come on, old man.
Anyway,
we got grub.
That's about it for today. Oh, and then mums. I got to plant mums today. It's mum season, so I got to plant some mums.
Oh, yeah. Ken, I love it.
Look at all that, Casey. Oh my God.
Costco, I don't know about you, but Costco around me had 5-gallon mums for $10.
Oh, that's a great price.
They're 3 feet wide. They're huge.
Well, that's
$10.
I love that size for my step.
Yeah. Unreal. That's it for me.
Oh, we got liver pizza.
What's he got on the pizza?
Oh.
His own dogs are going nuts.
Is that Briggs's dogs?
I don't even know.
No, it ain't mine.
I think it's Brando.
Oh, Brando. We got puppies.
Oh, yeah, those dogs.
And just when I thought I couldn't love Henry Murawski anymore, Ken, he tells you he has 3 John Deere 160s. Henry,
is it an L160 or just a 160? There's a difference.
I don't know. He wrote John Deere 160.
Yeah, 160 had the Kawasaki motor. It was a little better of a tractor. These are the newer ones with the hydros called an L160. The ones you get at Home Depot and Lowe's.
Jump house.
Nice. Very nice.
I think the plan for me is because
y'all want to see the?
Go ahead. What do we got?
Y'all want to see the John Deere that I got almost $2,000 into, and still ain't got it finished? It's right here.
Brando has a YouTube channel, guys. Check him out.
Maybe this winter.
Jesus. Is that one of those like legit
$2,000.
Is it one of the bigger one tractors?
Well, yeah, that's it. It's a 110 garden tractor
Is
with
it worth
the rear hydraulic lift.
Okay. Is that the one with the lift pump on top of the motor, Brando, and the long handle?
You said that's a John Deere 110?
Yeah, the old 110. The old one when they had a hydraulic pump that mounted on top of the cylinder head, and you get a long lever on the left that you use to power it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the things. Like Norm on I Save Tractors, he did one with like an alt bucket on there. I guess it could take one of those where you could do like a bucket with a bulldozer.
Yeah.
It's a small hydraulic pump. It's good for a blade.
Oh, okay. Very, very nice. I guess it's worth it then if you're really putting that type of money into it. I mean, more power to you.
It'd be hard to see this one, but this is the Alice.
Oh, Allison Chambers?
Yeah, the one I've been working on. I finally found a pulley for it yesterday. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. That I know you've been featuring on your channel. That's some really cool stuff.
Yeah, my $60 garden tractor find.
Someone posted the older International Harvester Cub Cadets, like I would buy for $150. I don't have the space. And then I actually tried getting my dad to buy. Someone posted a 1969 Sears Suburban, complete. He stored it. I guess he just ran out of patience and time. It didn't have a muffler to stack it, and it didn't have a seat. It had wood blocks. He said it needed a carburetor, and he wanted $250 for it.
Yeah, Walbro LMB carburetor.
Well, it had a Tecumseh on there.
Yeah, I have one of those tractors in my backyard.
And I just don't have the lawn for it, and I just had to pass on it. But it had the really big old school tires on there. It's a beautiful, beautiful machine. Maybe if it's still for sale, I'll throw it on the community page. But that was a screaming deal. It was blue and white or purple and white. I'm partially colorblind. I couldn't tell. I thought it was purple.
Yeah, it's like an SS, like an SS10 or an SS12. Yeah.
Oh, I think Casey's got. Was that a Sears Suburban? I don't know. Casey, one more.
Close.
What is that?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh wow, yeah. So I guess it has an 11 with a 36-inch deck. Yeah, that won't even fit through my rear gate.
If y'all look back on my channel, if y'all look back on the earlier videos on my channel, I had an Sears SS15. They only made those for 1 year, and it had a 15 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine on it.
Very nice, very nice. All right, guys, listen, it's been almost an hour and a half. I got to get my day going. You guys are awesome. KCB, thank you so much for taking the time to come up on here. Brando, I know it's very early for you. We appreciate it. Mr. Briggs, hopeful as well between you and your dad. 10 small engines. Absolutely, always a pleasure.
We'll
with your wisdom, we'll do your questions.
Do the challenge. I want to see it.
Yeah, we'll download it, and I guess we'll tag you in it. Mr. Bill Martini, a pleasure. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us and helping Henry. Mr. Griffin Stevens, good seeing you as well. Mr. Henry, everybody. Chris, you guys are rock stars. Appreciate
Just
you.
remember, Mick today at 1:30.
What was that?
Mick Mowers, 1:30 chat.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, as always, Mrs. Pate. Thank you for being on time and being a peach. And listen, and don't forget, stay tuned for Henry at Mowers and Blowers, because we're going to be saying too when Henry finds this gift. And, he uploads every day, so it's only a matter of time where he finds it where we put it. Don't rat us out, please. All right, guys. Later.
Later, guys.
Bye, everyone.